I'm Alex Del Sordo with Rower's Choice, and I got Zach Eberson of Eberson Erg Performance. And this is a first of its kind, Zach. This is the first of its kind. We have PR1 Grand Final Championships going live right now. Two gentlemen, one from Ohio, one all the way out in the UK. How you feeling, Zach? This is pretty incredible, huh?
I don't know who's more nervous, me or them right now.
We're talking, they can hear us. This is going to drive them crazy doing a 5-minute, 54-second piece right now. But this is all, I want to say, this is all provided with the support and direction of Regatta Central. This is a Regatta Central built platform. We are thrilled to be working with them on this. And as I said before, Zach, this is the first of its kind.
We are pigs. We have the hardest job.
I think, because we have to talk for 20 minutes, Zach. You know how hard that is for some people? It's difficult. So let's go over really quick. We want to take a brief moment to remember someone that made a big impact in adaptive and para rowing, and that's Angela Madson. If you know who this woman is, if you don't know who she is, you need to look her up. She is one of the founding members of para rowing. Adaptive rowing started in 2002. In 2008, it was at the Olympics. So let's just take a brief moment to remember a great pioneer in our sport. Okay, so listen, we have something special here, guys. Okay, in 4 minutes, in a little bit under 4 minutes, we're starting a piece. This is 5 minutes and 54 seconds. This is the world record distance for the women's 8, the U.S. women's 8. Zach, really quickly, I just want to, from your position here as someone who trains them on the erg, what does this piece mean to somebody? What are the things they're going to be going through in 5 minutes and 54 seconds?
Well, this is kind of the unknown because you don't train for 5 minutes and 54 seconds. You train for the 2K. These aren't, weekend warriors. These are seasoned, world-class athletes that train for the 2K. So they know in the laboratory, they know exactly what their splits are. So there's kind of the unknown. Are they going out too fast? Are they going out too slow? I'm sure they did some prep work before this, and I'm sure there's still the butterflies because they're the final pairing here. But it should be interesting what their approach is going to be for this 5 minute and 54 second piece.
That's a really good point. And look at what they're using. I mean, they're using arms and shoulders. This is not able body rowing. I mean, this is a grind. Having done it myself, I know how difficult this is for these guys. And I've learned a little bit about para rowing. They're going to be going off at 50, 60 strokes a minute in a normal race, right? In a normal race on the water, 50, 60 strokes a minute. That kind of revolution is incredible. I don't know how you stay focused on that. That just, it's wild to me.
They do the same exact training. They do the long steady states. They do the 5Ks, the 10Ks. They do the 2,000 meter pieces in the Olympics. Everything is the same. I think it's just harder. So hats off to them.
I think it's I know it's way harder. Zach, they're rowing in boats that are 10 kilograms heavier than someone in a regular able-bodied single. I mean, yeah. you know what 10 kilograms feels like. You're lugging 10 extra kilograms. This is crazy to me.
I think they said this might be wrong, but I've heard like 2 pounds over the course of a 10K or a 2K is 1 second. 2 pounds course of a 2K is 1 second. So 10 kilograms more. I mean, you do the math. Fact check that.
Unfortunately, we don't operate in kilograms. We're pounds guys. Okay.
It's just the pounds right now. I have no idea where we're at.
So, gentlemen, I know they can hear us. We are coming into the final minute here. So in 30 seconds, we're going to set our screens here. Okay. So you have 30 more seconds until we are setting up. And again, Zach, this is the first of its kind. Okay. We don't know what's going to happen here. All right. But all I know is that you and I need to talk about rowing for another 10 minutes. And I know you and I can do this forever.
We're going to make it fun. I mean, a lot of people that are viewing in, they're already rowers. They know what they're going through. But for the non-rower, we're going to do our best to tell you what they're going through mentally, physically. And, the 2K or the 5 minute, 54 minute piece, it's long enough where you do some soul searching. Yeah. It's going to be an interesting piece.
So we got 15 seconds here. So, guys, let's set the monitors up. Let's make sure that we're ready to go. Are both guys ready to go? Thumbs up when you're ready. Nope, not yet. Now this is the most nervous part of the piece, right? I mean, in any rower, you're seeing the clock tick down. You know you're going to be in pain.
All becoming real.
Okay, so 5:54. Yes, Blake, 5:54. And we're going for total distance here, guys. We're going total distance. So you're both starting and finishing at the same time. And the gentleman with the most meters wins the grand prize. And like, they're competing for money, Zach. They're competing for money.
I mean, we usually do this for pride, but now that money's on the line, I think they're going to go a little harder.
I think so too. So when I need thumbs up from everybody when we're ready. Blake, we're ready. All right, Ben, we're ready. Here we go, guys. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you're on. Go. All right. Now, wow, look at Blake. Look at the difference. Blake is the higher revolution. I see Ben getting into more of a rhythm here. Walk me through this part, Zach. Talk to me about this.
So right now it's the beginning of the race, as I like to call false hope, because you feel great. The adrenaline is screaming through your body. Like I said before in the pre-show, is these are seasoned veterans, but still there's that thought, do I feel good because it's the adrenaline, or is it because it's my day and I feel good? There's always that fear that you're going out too hard. So
which is more sustainable right now? Look at the difference between the stroke rates. I mean, Blake is, I don't know, double the speed right now over Ben. Ben is using a lot of weight and strength right now. Which is more sustainable? Which is the harder thing to go through right now?
You know what? You have to row your race. I tell my students is do not let the other boat or the other individual dictate your race plan. That's why they do the meters, the long workouts, and they're in the laboratory. They know what their red line is. They know what their limits are. The worst thing you can do is go up against someone that's faster and say, I'm going to try and beat them right out of the gate, because it usually doesn't end up so well for you.
For these two athletes, so Blake's been rowing much longer than Ben. I mean, for years. So Blake was a rower in high school and then unfortunately lost his legs to a disease and ended his career. So this guy has way more experience on the water than Ben. Ben, spinal cord injury, right? Racing bikes. He's a world-class level triathlete. So we have two distinct differences. We have an athlete who's done multiple sports, and we have a guy that's just really focused on rowing. So if they were on the water, I think it'd be a much different piece than when these guys are on the erg. But Ben, having done it for the last 3.5, 4 years, this guy's the world record holder for the 2K.
Yeah, Ben's the kind of person I hate, because they come in and they say, oh, I'll try rowing, and automatically they're an Olympian. So now they're about 300 or 3 minutes and 43 seconds left. They're about 500 meters or so down. It's starting to really sink in now. That false hope is gone. They're in no man's land right now, Alex. Now is when, if a split goes up one beat, is it because you took a bad stroke, or is it because this is the beginning of the end? This is when it's really a mental game right now.
So I'm watching Blake. Like, this guy, he's a machine. I mean, both of these guys are really setting a metronome pace, but watching Blake, I mean, his revolutions have not slowed down, Zach. He has not slowed down.
What I love about Blake's stroke right now is the breathing. Breathing is so important in this sport, and I've done it, many times. You get done the first 200 meters, you're like, oh my God, I haven't taken a breath yet, as the clock's going off here. But his breathing, he's got a real nice rhythm going on.
So, I wanted to say really quick that this was all with the support of Para-Rowing Foundation. Marilyn Coblin reached out to us and said, I need this to be part of your global championship. And she worked her butt off and got a huge donation from Para-Rowing, has allowed these athletes to be competing and going after the prize money. I mean, hats off to Para-Rowing Foundation for putting this together. And look, we brought world-class athletes, Zach. Ben is going after the Olympics. Blake going after the Olympics. And by the way, Blake is going to be a 2-sport Olympian if he makes it in there, in the racing, kayak, canoeing, and also in the rowing. I mean, how fantastic is that?
I mean, Michael Phelps, he is still swimming, but he does different strokes. This is a different sport. Canoeing and rowing. I don't think there's ever been someone that does like a complete crossover like Ben's doing.
Now I'm watching Benjamin right now. Look at this guy straining. I mean, walk me through this. He has got to be in pain.
They're both in pain right now. They have 1 minute and 40 seconds left, so they got the last 500. They know they're within the last 500 meters. Maybe about 10 or 20 more strokes, and then they're going to really start ramping it up right now. Everything's hurting right now. You're using your abs, you're using your middle finger, you're using everything right now.
I just can't get over how consistent Blake has been on this rhythm. Now, he's paused in his video right now.
No,
but Ben, I mean, he is just. You can see this guy straining. I know this feeling, Zach. It's in the pit of your stomach. It's in the pit of your stomach.
This is where you just got to really close your eyes and just embrace the pain. That's it. You just got to succumb to it and, do whatever, throw the kitchen sink at it. Just keep that split down.
So where are we at in time? I mean, where are we at with this right now?
Less than a minute. We have 50 seconds left. So for these guys, maybe 40 strokes, 45 strokes left, and maybe 50 strokes because Ben's going ham right now.
He's going ham right now. And by the way, I just want to point out this rower's choice. I just got to give a quick plug before we get down to the finish here. Consortium of Sykes, Resolute, and Finish Line. We have worked our tails off, I will say, to make this thing a success. But it has also been the support of everyone else and all of our other sponsors here, Zach. I mean, you being one of them. I can't thank you enough for all the support and the work that you've done with us today.
Anything the sport of rowing here. We got the last 10 seconds, Alex.
Oh my gosh, look at this guy go. He is, I love it. Look at him, Zach. I mean, I don't even know what he's pulling. Oh, come on, Blake.
Time.
Nice. Oh, boys. Wow. Okay, well, hopefully we will get Blake's screen back up and running. He's down on unfortunately. But Ben, let's get your look at him. Exhausted. I mean, this guy, Zach, you've been there. You've been there before.
I mean, he was going. I was looking at the screen. He was going with the last 2 minutes to go. So over 500 meters left.
Look at that. A 147.6. Wow. 1644. I mean, Zach.
147.6.
He's come on. You and I could never do that.
When we're off camera, I'm going to have to do the math to see if that was faster than his world record pace. I'm assuming it is.
Look. Let's now, Ben. We're having you on the screen right now. How are you feeling, bud? Oh, he is. Now, listen. Unfortunately, we don't know what Blake pulled. His screen went out. We're going to get him on camera here shortly. We're going to let him know the screen went out. But was that the best piece you've ever pulled at that distance, Ben?
Yeah.
All right, we got Blake. Blake, we got to know. What did you pull, bud?
39.
What was it?
1439.
1439. Well, we got to win 1644. Wow, Ben, congratulations, guys. Big applause for you two. Great job. Now, Blake, we're going to keep you on mute because your screen, the sound quality is a little bit off. But Zach.
That's pretty normal for me. Yeah, well, as you said, the stroke's just not very long, so you can recover pretty quickly. And if you think about how easy it is to get your hands away in a boat, that's the quickest part of the recovery. that's just my entire recovery.
So really quick, what is your fan setting at? And then like when you do, so I want to know fan setting first, and then I want to know when you do training, what's your stroke rate for your longer distances?
The fan's at a 10, because you can't get the fan speed up high enough if it's just your arms. You have to put weight behind it, and distance I'm probably more like a 45.
I'm gonna put him on mute really. Zach, 45 strokes a minute for his distant pieces. That just seems crazy to me.
Even I think that's crazy, and I'm in his category.
He does. Yeah. Well, listen, guys. I could not be more proud of what you two have done. Now you're both winners. All right. Now we have a first and a second. You both. You're winners. This has never been done before. You guys, we did it. I think that we did a great job here today. I'm very proud of what you two have done. You represented your countries extremely well. First place, Ben. Second place, Blake. Guys, we're going to get into other interviews with you at the end, okay, on a different platform. So, Zach, thank you for being here again. Thank you, Regatta Central. Thank you, everyone at Rower's Choice and all the other sponsors. Ben, thank you. Blake, thank you. And that's been a championship round in the PR1. Thanks for watching.